Don on the mic, and today I'm bringing you a leader from the standard deck 10 who will eventually meet your locals or even in the regionals. It is a leader who has gained massive support now in OP09, and believe me, in my humble opinion, this is a competitive deck. So we talk today about Eustace Captain Kid from the Kid Pirates. This is a 5 life leader, even if he's multicolored. And on your turn, if you have 4 or more life, this leader has minus 1000 power. So until you reach 3 life, you have a 4 attack power leader. That's why he has 5 life and he's multicolored, right? And when you attack, you can do a minus wind on. And this leader, so your leader gains plus 2k power from this turn. So that means that when you are at 3 life, for example, if you do a minus wind on, this is a 7k leader when you're attacking, which is massive. It is massive without any investment from Don. So let's go to the list. Today we will talk about the list here. Then I will show you the in-depth guide with some tips and tricks, and finally we will see also some gameplay. I will be honest with you, I have played 3 matches with this leader and I won all 3 of them, and I recorded all 3 of them. So currently I am testing a lot of Blackbeard decks, so this is why I have only tested 3 games with this leader, but like I said, I won all of 3 and you will get to see the gameplay there. So without any further ado, let's go to the list. Of course, the leader, and we talked about the leader. Let's go to the remaining cards. We have Kid and Killa. This is a card from the EB01. He has Ras, and when you attack, if your opponent is at 2 or less life cards, he swings for 7k. Then you have Dragon. Dragon is an 8 cost 9k body. He has also Ras, and on play effect, you get to give 2 Rested Dawns to another character of yours. Hit is a 3 cost 4k, 1k counter. He's a blocker, and on play you give to your leader, if his power is 4k or less, plus 1000 power for the turn. And yeah, you guessed right. That means that on your 3 dawn turn, if you play this card, your leader is just a normal leader with 5k attack. So even if you have 5 life, this card ignores that and makes your leader for the turn a normal leader. Ben Beckman, one of the best cards in the current format. On play, you get to trash, not KO, trash up to one of your opponent's characters with a power of 6k or less. Wire is also such an overpowered card because A, it's a 2k, and 2, you get to play him like crazy. So you get to attach 1 Dawn to this character. So with this plus 1 Dawn, he is now 5k, and it says if your leader has power 7k or higher and the Kid Pirates type, then this character gains Rust. That means that if you invest only 1 Dawn in this character and you do a -1 to your leader and he gets 7k, then this one also gains Rust. So it's a Rust character. Such an overpowered card. Killer, one cost killer, 1k counter, a searcher. you get to search a card. Eustace Captain Kid, blocker. What can I say for this card? It's a blocker, and when you return Dons to your Don deck, then you get to gain 1 active Don pack. That means that you get to do your leader's ability for free. Here, you see that? I do a -1 with my leader, he has now a 7k swing, and I get the Don pack, the invested Don pack. That means that your leader has every single turn 7k swing for free. If you have this card on the field, of course. So, Hitori Kamacho, a 2k, and when you return Don on your field to your Don deck, KO 1 of your opponent's characters, of course 2 or less. Guess what? With what can we combine this card? You guessed right, with your leader's ability. Killer, 5 cost. On play, you do -1 Don, and you choose your leader. Your leader gets reactivated. It means that, let's say a scenario that you are like at 10 Don, then you attach 5 Dons, or you attach 4 Dons to your leader. You do a -1, so your leader has now 11k attack, and you swing with him. Then you play your killer, you reactivate your Eustace Captain Kid, and you get to swing again for 11k. So with only 5 Don, you have 2 11k swings. Awesome, right? Eustace Captain Kid, 3 cost, 5k on play. You grab 1 card from your life to your hand, so you get 1 resource, and you ramp 1 Don. So you get to play purple, so half of your deck is purple. What does purple? Ramps. And you need that. You want that. Then is the Rorona Zoro for 6 Don, 1k counter, 6 cost, 7k, and he has banish. So when you play this card, your opponent is afraid. He's afraid because if you attack his life, the card will not go to his hand. He will not get any resources. The card will be trust. Such a great card. Also Hachi, one of the best new cards of the game, came with a starter deck of Luffy. It's a 2k counter, and on play if you have 8 or more Don, you get to rest up to one of your opponent characters with a cost of 5 or less. Great finisher. And the Gam Jet Cuddling. Yeah, you don't play too many bricks in this deck, but the fact that you want to take the 2 life of yours and you are like a 3 life leader with just +2 cards on your hand, you might need this card sometimes. The cards that I would probably change in this deck if I wanted to try something new, that would be either this card or maybe Kid. It's a great card, don't get me wrong, but it can also be replaced. Zoro can also be replaced with something else. Hila is a great card, but it's a little situational. And of course also Dragon can also be replaced with something else. Maybe something that costs a little less. However, like I said, this list is pretty solid. This is not my list. This is the list that won a flagship in Japan. And like I said, 3 to 3 games, I find this list great to play. And you will see that on the in the end of this video. So let's go to the guide. Exactly, one more time, the leader is a 5 life leader. Until you reach the 3 lives of yours, he has 4k attack power. And always when you're attacking with this leader, you can just do a -1 don and you get to get plus 2k power for this turn. What do you want to see in your starting hand? You want to see your searcher, your 1-cost searcher, of course, and one of these 2 cards. Why? Because with this card you ramp, and with this card you have a blocker, you establish a blocker, and you get to swing with your leader for free, like he was a normal leader with 5k. Let's talk about the curves a little bit and how you invest on in this deck. So while you're around or between 1 and 3 dawn, of course you search and you establish either a body to ramp or to block an attack, a future attack, and also get to swing with your leader. On the mid range, on the mid game, you get to build your board and also parallel rush your opponent. This is always between 4 and 6 dawn. So best case scenario, you establish a Kid or a Zoro, and if you don't have these 2, or if the situation asks for something else, for more aggression, then you just play your Wire or your Kid and Killa, and you just try to rush down your opponent. When you are between 7 and 8 on, this is your pre-finisher and finisher in this deck. You trust something with Beckman and establish a big body. So you control the board, you keep controlling the board and you establish bodies. Or you just play a dragon with Rush, and you will see at this point if you need to clear something with dragon, or if you need to go for life and rush down your opponent quickly. Your finishers, when you are at your 10 dawn, is of course your Wire, who can be a rush card, your Kid and Killa, who is a rush card 7k if your opponent is at 2 life or less, your Dragon, who is also a big body and a Rasa and gives 2 dawn to one of your characters or leaders, and of course your leader with his -1 dawn and swing, or in combination with Killa, where you get to swing twice for 11k. Combinations in this deck. Combination in this deck is, like we said many times, your leader with Killer, so twice 11k swing. You can also combine your leader with Wire, because if your leader is at 7k, then this card, and this card has one dawn attached to it, then this card gets Rush. So you play, let's say you play a Kid and Killa, you invest these 4 dawns, then from these 4 dawns you do a -1, and your useless Kid has now 7k attack, and you have 6 remaining dawns, right? Then you attach, for example, the remaining dawns to Wire, or let's say you play Wire and you attach the remaining dawns to Wire. So you play your Wire for 4, you have 2 dawns left, you attach these 2 to Wire, so your Wire has now 6k power and Rush, and you have your Kid with 7k power and Rush, and you have your Kid and Killa with 7k power and Rush, so you have 2 7k swings and 1 6k swing, or played in 1 turn on your 10 dawn. Then you can combine your useless Captain Kid, your leader with Hit. When you are at 4k attack power, he gains +1k, so you establish a blocker and your leader can attack without any more dawns. Then of course your leader here with Kid, where you get to ramp 1 turn. Your leader with Kamazo, where you do a -1 and you get to KO something because of Kamazo's ability, something of cost 2 or less. And one more combination is, of course, instead of playing let's say, or let's assume that you have already established a kid in your board, on your board, right? So if you have already established a kid in your board, you can do the previous combination here with wire, uses kid and killer, but this time, because you get an active dawn back from the -1, you have 3 7k swings with exactly that. And if you don't want to play this combo and you want to play this combo here, you play your uses Captain Kid, your 5-cost Kid, and your wire. You do a -1, you get +2 dons, and you attach these 2 dons to wire. So it's that easy. What do you have to defend yourself? Of course, 2 blockers. So the event Gum set Cutling, and these 2 Ks. Of course, the 1 Ks as well, but I'm talking about the real defense, right? So let's talk about the curves. You always prefer with this deck to go first, so the odd curve, because you get to play everything on you get to play everything on curve. So in 1 dawn you get to search something. On your 3 dawn curve you get to either ramp or to establish a blocker and swing. 5 dawn you can play your Kid. 7 dawn you can play either your Beckman or Zoro and attack with your leader. 9 dawn you get to play your Dragon and attack with your leader. 10 dawn you get to play your Dragon again, or you get to play Kid and Killer and Wire, or you get to do one of your combinations, like for example uses Captain Kid and Killer. As you can see, it's a really Rust deck that also manages somehow to also control the board if you want. So if you happen to go second, on your first turn you get to play Killer, search something. On your 4th dawn you get to play again one of your blockers or the Ramper, plus 1 dawn that you can invest to your leader. Then on your 6th dawn again uses Captain Kid or Zoro. On your 8th dawn Beckman or Monkey D Dragon, and on your 10th dawn you just rush your opponent down with many rushers, with a combination of 2 11k swings with Dragon and something else. So as you can see, the curve is pretty similar. So this deck is pretty straightforward in what it does. And we will see about it now with some gameplay to finish this video. So let's see first, for example, a game against BY Luffy. So as you can see, let me also set up the speed to twice to double. So as you can see here, we mulligan. He chose to go second, which is of course normal for BY Luffy. He wants to play his Gecko on a curve if he can. As you can see, our leader begins as -1k power, so 5k leader. And we mulligan, and now we have 2 searchers. We have our Kid to ramp, we have our Dragon. So let's see what we do. So first we play our searcher and we grab 1 more wire because he's a 2k and also a rusher. Then he draws a Sabo with his event and pass. Then we get to play our Kid, and Kid gives us 1 active dawn. That means we can use this active dawn and attach it to our leader in order to attack our opponent for 5k. You could ask me here, why do you attack a big white Luffy? And don't wait until you establish a board and then go all for it. Because you have, and you play here a rush deck. We want to rush him down. We want to rush him down so quickly that he does not have the resources to buff himself. And of course, he understands that, and he counters my hit. Now he's at his 4th turn, and he attacks me. 7k. Of course, we will take that hit because now our leader is a 5k leader. We are on 3 life. We have a 5k leader now, and we have the resources that we need. See that. We have played each turn on card. We have now a normal leader, 5k, and we have 8 cards in our hand. It's crazy, if you ask me. So now, of course, we can first attack with our kid. He defends that, because he knows that we can rush him down pretty quickly. Then we get to search something, and of course we establish our blocker. And because I take back this 1 Don, I also use my leader's ability and swing him with 7k for free, because I get this Don back for free. Why didn't I swing first? Because I didn't want to and gain this Don and invest it somewhere else, because I didn't want to risk, for example, him hitting like a trigger and KO my kid. So he's now 3 life, he's at 6 Don. Look at that, he's at only 6 Don. Not yet a Moria turn. And look what we have on our side. So then he searches with his carp, and he grabs an ace. And he has now 5 Don, so I was like, okay, now you will probably play your ace, right? And he attacks our kid, which we defend, of course. And of course he plays his ace, but he can't do anything with this ace because he needs to have 2 life or less in order to do something here. So now we are at the point that we either start poking him more. We are at 8 Don. We can also play our dragon and establish a big body, or we can try and rush him down. And this is exactly what we do. So we attach 2 Don to our 3-5 kid, and then I was like, okay, now I have 6 Dons remaining. So what do we do with these 6 Dons? We attack him again for 7k. I was like, okay, now I will attack you again for 7k with my leader. And look how crazy that is. Now we get to attack him again with 9k. Again. And we didn't win in this turn, but look how beautiful that is. We have a hand full of 2ks. So 3 2ks and 2 1ks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 characters that can rush. We have 1 character that can rush. He's at 8 Don, so if he can't play, for example, his Moria, because then he will not be able to use his leader's ability, right? He has only 4 cards left. This is how strong this deck is against one of the best decks in this format and the best deck of the previous format, right? Don't forget that Big Wild Luffy won the Nationals like a week ago or this week was that. So of course he doesn't play any Moria because this would cost him the game, and instead he uses his leader's ability in order to establish some board and buff his character up to 9k. But look how beautiful that is. He has only 3 cards left. He has only 3 cards left. So he attacks our Kitten Killer with 11k. I understand that. I respect that. Of course, we can defend that, but then he has also another hit with his ace here, 8k swing, and I don't want to give him for free all of my characters here. And then he plays another blocker, but now he has only 2 cards left in his hand. And we have here so many options. We have so many options here. We can either trust his Sabo with Beckman and establish a body. We can use our Dragon to rush and establish a big body. We can play 2 rushers and just try to establish some more board here. What we choose here to do is to trust his Sabo with our Beckman, rest this blocker with our Usohachi, and then get rid of this extra blocker here. Because we get to chill. We can go for game next turn. We still got 2 2Ks, 2 1Ks, and a dragon in our hand. We have a blocker. And we have 3 life. So, you want to take my life? Yes. You're going to do what? You have only 3 cards. And if he uses his leader's ability, he needs to trust 1 card to do that. So he will be left with like only 1 card. So he plays, of course, his Moria to bring up these 2 little children and buff his character. He attacks us with these 2. We take 1, we counter the other, and of course the last hit we will take it. Right? So, and look how beautiful that is. He has now only 1 card left. Only 1 card left in his hand. And there are so many ways to win him now, but what I choose here to do is, of course, I will rest 1 of his Sabos. I was like, okay, let's go 1 11k, and let's go with my leader's ability, another 11k there, or 2k, could also be, and of course we win here. This was the first game, so let's go to another game against Reiju. This is a +2. Okay, so Reiju. On our first turn we don't have anything to play. On our second turn we play a Ramper, and we also get to hit him with our leader, which he counters, and then he gets to play a Reiju. He draws 2 cards, and with the remaining 2 dons, of course he recycles with his stage and grabs an ETG, and then with the remaining don he attacks us, and we take, of course. Now we have a leader who is at 5k without anything else. We first attack him, of course, with our normal character to see what he does. Then we attack him again with our leader, and then we establish our mid-range buddy, a Zoro that has Banish. And believe me, this card scares the out of shit of almost every opponent of yours. Then he plays his combo, Porsche into ECG, baby ECG into big ECG, and then he attacks us twice with his Reijus, which we counter. And from ECG, I was like, okay, do I want to take that? Yeah, let me take that. It's okay. It's okay. Now we are at Aidon, and we still have many possibilities here, many things to do. What I choose to do here is to play my dragon, buff my Zoro, then hit his ECG, 9k. He will sacrifice here, of course, blocker. Then I attack his life. Because I don't want him to get any extra cards from his life. And I buff my leader, and I attack him again with 7k. And I was like, okay, you either give me now your hand, so 2 cards of your hand, or you get a life. And he gives me a 2k and 1k. Now I have 2 big bodies. I have 2 2k counters, 2 1k counters, and 1 Gum Gatling gun. So I'm pretty safe, no matter what he plays. And I have 2 life, of course, right? So I didn't want to kill him, his ECG. The first 2 hits from these 5ks, of course, we don't take any 5k hits. Then he attacks us with so 9k to 7. And then he has 4 remaining dons. That means that's either another 9k to 7 or an ECG. And of course, what we do here is we counter the first to let him know, no, I will not let you have this. I will scare you a little bit more with my Bunny's character, and then he hits our life, and we take because we don't care at this moment. And then he plays Black Maria. So now we first hit him with 9k with our dragon, which he counters, and now he has only 2 cards left, right? Right. Then we hit him with 9k with our Zoro, and we trash his life. Unfortunately, that was no 2k, it was just a Porsche, and Porsche has no counter at all. Then we play our Kitten Killer. We attach one don and we hit him for 8k to see if he has 2 2ks in his hand, which he does not. And then of course we buff our leader, we grab the two remaining dons and we hit him with 9k and we win. As you can see, this deck is pretty fun. I really like this deck, and let me tell you what, once I'm happy with my Blackbeard and Purple Luffy performance every time, I will take this deck in the locals and try to have some fun. So for our final game, we go against Ace. What Ace does, for you who don't know, is he can choose one event from his hand and get plus 1k counter for the turn. So yeah, I mean, it's okay. We get to go first. We have our Searcher, which we play, and we grab our hit. Then he plays an Izu, another Izu, and he gets his New Gate, his Fire Fist. Then we play our hit, we buff our leader, we attack him, he takes. Now he's at 4 life, and then he attacks us with 5k, which we take, it's okay. Now we are at 4 life, also exactly like him. Then he plays another Izu, he's the whole time searching for something. He gets a Portuguese D Ace. So now we kill one of his Izus with our killer. Then we get to play another hit, so that's another blocker. we buff our leader again, and then we hit him for 6k. Then he triggers and KOs one of our hits, and then we attack him again with 5k just to grab something from his hand. He attacks our hits with his leader, we counter that, why not? And then he plays a Rush Ace, so the Rush Ace that he drew on the previous turn. So now we are at 7 Dawn, we play our Wire, we use our leader's ability, and now this is how our Wire has Rush. And of course what we want to do here, because we have only such characters in our hand, as you can see, we want to bring him down to 2 life or less, which we manage here with the 8k swing, in order to be able to play our hidden killers and finish him off, right? Unfortunately he hits he hits here another trigger, and that was a misplay from my side, because I should have swung first with my board and then with my leader. Apologies for that. But I think that I was also tired at the moment of this video. So anyways, he hits us with his ace, we counter that, we don't want to lose all of our life, not yet. We counter the second one, we keep our rushers, and I knew the way that he played here that he might play Rush Ace, because he didn't invest any dons for the previous attacks, and which he does, he plays Rush Ace. And we take, and now we have a normal leader, right? And now this is the point where we have 8k, 8 dons. He's at 2 life, we are at 3 life, but he has a board, we don't have anything. And we can either play Beckman and trust his ace, or we can rush him down. What I choose to do here is, of course, to rush him down. 7k swing with Kid and Killa, he counters that. 7k swing with Kid and Killa, he takes. 7k swing with my leader, he counters that. And now we have 3 life, well safe if you ask me. We have 2 rushers on our field, and we have also our leader, who gets to swing for 7k for free in its turn. So he first attacks our Kid and Killa with his ace, 7k without investment, without any investment. Then 6k swing, and then 8k swing, and he plays a new gate. And he is like, okay, now I'm safe. Now I'm a 7k leader, I have a full board, you have nothing, and you're not even at your 10 Dawn curve, man. I was like, okay, I still got 3 life, it's okay. And look, these pretty rushers in my hand. He has 4 life, okay, 4 cards, excuse me, and 1 life. So what I do here is I play my Kid and Killa for 9k. And then I was like, okay, you know what? And he buffs himself with a radical beam, because this last life was a radical beam. I was like, okay, you know what? I will attach the remaining Dawn to my leader and attack you for 10k this time. And this was it, because he had 2 events to defend himself for another 2k. But of course, this was not enough here, because the last 2 characters of his was an ace and a new gate. So guys, this was the in-depth guide for this leader. This is the useless Captain Kid leader. This is a funny deck. This is a deck that can top locals easily, if you ask me. And in my humble opinion, this deck could also get a nice place in the regionals, because it can also perform against the meta decks. So don't ignore this leader. He might be better than you think, way better than you think. Okay guys, this was it for today. Thank you all for watching. Smash this like button, drop me some comments below on the comment section below. Let me know what you think, let me know what I do wrong here, what I do correctly, what I should change, what I should keep the way it is, or just drop a hi. Thank you all for watching. Peace guys.